Today we take a look at my custom Axial SCX10ii build, what went into the build so far and how it's going into the future. Hey guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today we are taking a look at my custom build. This is the Axial SCX10ii, and I haven't left much of it in the kit version spec. So with that, let's go through this video, see kind of what parts I've put into the build so far, what I think it has needed, and kind of the progress that we've made from the kit version, the limited edition one that I showed a while back, to where it stands now and kind of where we're going in the future. So my SCX10ii build started off with just a standard SCX10ii kit version, the XJ Jeep right here. Now, of course, you probably already figured out this wasn't actually a limited edition with the Vanquish Products and some of the other different logos that you see at the bottom of the box here. Those are parts that I've already put into the build that I kind of wanted to make my own. Now, of course, the SCX10ii has been out for a little while now, and it's always nice to kind of wait when a first new platform gets onto the market, because all of the aftermarket companies catch up with it. So that's kind of what I did with this build. I wanted to wait to see where it was going, what things needed to be improved on, and that's where we stand now. As with any kit version of a vehicle, you do have to supply your own electronics, and that's where Holmes Hobbies comes in. Now, I was just absolutely blown away by putting these items into my SMT10. Now, if you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out. That thing definitely scoots along now. So I wanted some pretty good power, and Holmes Hobbies definitely stepped up to the plate with a couple of their items here. Now, I chose to go all waterproof, which is really nice because all you have to do with Holmes Hobbies is just click the little box and instantly it is waterproof. So good job to those guys over there at Holmes Hobbies. Starting off with the brain of my SCX10ii is the Trailmaster BLE Pro ESC, the waterproof edition. Capable of running anywhere from 2S up to 6S, the Trailmaster BLE Pro is no slouch in the power department and is fully programmable through Castle Link. Next, the Polar Pro Stubby. This is the 540 Stubby version, a little bit smaller than a 540 size, and I chose the 2700 kV option. I do plan to run this on 4S, so I definitely want a little bit of wheel speed. This is a censored motor, so I'm going to have all of the low-end power and the crawling capability. Tucked deep into the transmission, the stubby motor size is definitely a benefit, especially if you want to run any type of interior. And just to give you an idea on the size difference between a standard 540 and the stubby motor, I grabbed just a standard 540 race motor. You can see there it's about a good 3/8 of an inch shorter on the stubby size motor. Lastly, from Holmes Hobbies is the BLS SHV 500. This is their brushless 12-volt servo. Now, this thing is a super powerhouse and has easily become one of my favorite rock crawling and scaling servos on the market. Now, this thing at 4S, which it is capable of either 3S or 4S, you can run up to 520 ounce inches at 0.08 seconds. What's so nice about this 12-volt servo is exactly that. It's powered directly off the battery. It doesn't take battery from the receiver, and you'll never need to install a BEC, a voltage cap, or anything to regulate your power. Now, there are two wires coming off of the 12-volt servo. One goes directly into your receiver box, and the other one goes into your actual connector for your battery power. The kit comes with a simple little JST plug to get that power directly there, and it is easily unpluggable if you need to. So you may look at my SCX10ii kit and notice there's some things different about it. Now, the first thing you may notice is I'm missing the shock hoops on the rear, and I have some different shocks on it. I have kind of like an angled shock going up here to the actual frame rail. Now, I did that because I wanted to mount a particular body to this SCX10ii. You also notice that I mirrored the transmission and motor. This was actually flipped completely the opposite way, with the kind of transmission shroud or spur gear was actually all the way back here, which actually blocked another section of that body I wanted to run. So I did say wanted to. Now this is the killer body LC70 Land Cruiser pickup truck. Now originally I wanted to run a hard body, but I've decided to go ahead and scrap that idea. I had serious wheel clearance issues. I wanted to run these Hyraxes from Proline. I had to scale down the tire quite a bit, and it just wasn't what I wanted in my SCX10. So I pretty much scrapped this idea. This is the absolute lowest I can get the body with these tires. I've already made some of the changes to the chassis, so this idea is gone. Now, after doing all the work to mirror the transmission, lay down the shocks in the rear, deleting the hoops, and hacking up the battery box, I'll show that in just a minute, I decided to go ahead and keep it this way because it really gives everything kind of a forward movement, or puts all of the weight over that front axle, which you definitely want in a scalar rig. Now with that, I do decide to keep the battery box the size that it is, and let's go ahead and take a look at that. So a couple of the issues when mirroring your transmission, you do have to hack away a good portion of your battery box. That's no issue because I do plan to run the shorty size of packs, the 4S packs. So pretty much this is gone. You will have to re-brace the forward portion of your transmission because it's not quite stable now. It's missing that one brace, and that is definitely a bummer. So I'm gonna have to fabricate something for that to make that all work. The other thing, the spur gear cover will no longer fit. You are going to have to hack that up quite a bit to get it to fit. It'll definitely cover the pinion gear, but the spur gear nut is really close to that battery box, so I'm definitely going to have to address that as well. Now, as far as the batteries I plan to run are these Nanotech 2.2. These are a 4S pack, 45 to 90 C rating on these things. So these are pretty decent, and they actually fit inside of here very well with plenty of room back here towards the pinion gear. I'm going to have to go ahead and fabricate a section of box. This was the end of the battery box. This will go on the very end right here, some super glue, and we're pretty much set to go on that. So how many Vanquish products did I use on this build? All of that. There's quite a bit of quality Vanquish products on this build. Now, if you're in the market to upgrade your scaler or crawler, Vanquish Products is definitely the way to go. Now, they are 100% designed, engineered, and made in the USA. Their products are second to none when it comes to quality, licensing, and the overall looks of the product. Now, I chose these items because they not only add the looks I wanted for the rig, the durability I wanted for the rig, but it just is absolutely the best products on the planet. So just to highlight a few of the products, now I picked up the full set of fully licensed Curry axles for the SCX10ii. Now they are just absolutely a beautiful work of art. You can see right there, it has the optional red cover as well. It comes with the silver one. I picked up the red cover just because it makes the rig look a little bit different, and they're just absolutely well engineered. They have slightly offsets here for the shock position down to the link position, and just overall a great product. The front axle has the C-hubs actually built into the axle, so you just need to add the knuckle, which is pretty easy to do. As far as the links, these are all of the incision line of stainless steel links. Now I like the incision line because they are not only very affordable item, but they add some weight way down low with that stainless steel. A lot of the upper end ones are made of titanium, which are definitely strong, but it doesn't add that needed weight at the very bottom of your rig. A couple of the internal items is the motor plate here for the SCX10ii kit version, also the Atlas transfer case, also for the kit version only, and there's also the new improved top shaft that rides inside of the transmission that just deletes all of the slop that the stock SCX10ii kit has. The officially licensed Method racing wheels from Vanquish are just super nice. Now these are the 1.9 versions right here. I mean, you can't beat the quality and craftsmanship of these wheels. As far as tires, you cannot beat Proline's new Hyrax line of tires. Now these are the 1.9 versions. These are super nice overall. The tread pattern is just absolutely amazing. It has a step design. here's a quick look at the model number for you guys, but as always, links in the video description. And I went ahead and added their dual stage foams as well to give me that feeling of crawling out on the rocks, but also the high speed maneuvers of that dual stage foam. That inner closed cell foam will definitely help keep the foams together and keep the tires spinning very nicely. Now, a custom fit option for the SCX10ii, I went ahead and added some of Proline's Pro Spec Buggy Shocks to the build. Now, this is a little bit not on par to what's expected, but the rears are on the front of this, the buggy rears. They are just in a standard stand-up position like you'd find on a normal SCX10ii. And then the rears are actually kind of laid down at an angle. These are the buggy fronts. Now, you don't need as much travel because it's traveling at a different axis, but you have full maneuverability all the way down to where it bottoms out on the top of the links right there. So you have full travel of those shocks. It is super smooth, and you can fully adjust these by the additional pistons that come with the kit, and also you can add your own springs from just the Buggy line of springs out there for standard 12mm shocks. I did have to offset the shocks just slightly from the frame rails, and I used some standoffs for a 8-scale buggy. These are made from Avid. They're specifically for the RC8B3 line of vehicles, and just a standard aluminum standoff. These are the standard offsets. All right, well, there you have it. That is my build update for my Axial SCX10ii custom build. It is a absolute great journey, and that's what scaling is all about. It's building something that you definitely make your own. There's lots of different options out there as far as bodies and accessories and tires, and whatever you want to do with the rig, it is definitely possible. Well, guys, that is it for now. If you have any comments or questions about these items, I will have a full list of everything I discussed down in the video description, so you can check it out for yourself. Well, guys, that's it for now. If you have any comments or questions, on down below, and as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.